Hi guys. So when I was in school, there was a pretty famous book by Mr. Charles Dickens called A Tale of Two Cities. Maybe you heard of it, maybe you didn't. This video is entitled A Tale of Two Columns. Column A and column B. Column A consists of silence. Column B consists of dynamism. Column A is a column of nothingness. Column B is a column of somethingness. Column B is motion, action. DNA gold. Column A is where all of this comes from. Everything from column B comes from column A. The quality of column B entirely dependent on column A. Now, I always go back to the famous David Ortiz quote when it comes to these two columns. David Ortiz in Time magazine. How do you prepare for a clutch at bat? I want to feel like I'm sipping tea on my back porch, yet remain aggressive. Notice he mentioned column A first. I want to be sipping tea on my back porch. Then he mentioned column B, yet remain aggressive. Because the basis of dynamism, the basis of column B, is always what's going on in column A. Now, if you do not pay your homage to column A, if you do not understand the importance of column A, then what happens when you get to column B in a split second, a lot of times you're not going to get the desired results. If you are like Mr. David Ortiz and you pay your homage to column A, you pay your homage to the column of silence, you pay your homage to the column of nothingness, then by the time you get to column B in that split second later, the quality of that column will be on a very high level. And this is the great secret in sports. The great secret in sports is not column B, though everyone looks to see what's going on in column B. Well, look at his balance, look at his footwork, if you're a tennis player, look at how his hips rotated, look at his position of his hands, making contact with the ball, at the bat, any aspect of the dynamic motion. They say, oh, look at that. They're really missing the point, because the point is way, way out of sight. It's hidden. It's underneath. It takes place in the level of silence. In fact, it's just silence. What separates great athletes in every sport is not so much what happens in column B. It's what happens in column A. You always have to go back to column A. It's going back to the source of motion. Now, column A really isn't a Broadway star. It's not going to be yelling at you. It's never going to be in neon lights. Column B, that's the quality of column B. Let's get a hit. I want to drive in a run. I'm 0 for 3. Isn't it my time? I want to swing hard. I want to hit it in the gap. There could be, many, many different things that are sort of yelling right in your face when you're at bat. You have to put those things in proper perspective. They have their place in the scheme of things, but you have to put first things first. You have to give unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar, and you have to give unto motion what is due unto motion, and it all starts in column A. Those players who have broken through, regardless of whatever sport it is, they've broken through because they were able to construct the right environment in column A. Case in point, Mr. Tiger Woods. 72nd hole to get into a playoff. Tricky 10-foot right to left putt. He read it correctly, as most pros do. Most of the time they read the putt correctly. But then what he did is something absolutely spectacular, but something absolutely out of view. He paid his homage to column A. He constructed a temple of silence inside, and bingo, he hit the putt exactly the way he wanted to hit the putt. The dynamism was exactly the way he wanted the dynamism to be simply because column A was exactly the way he wanted it to be. Get the point? And you have to do this at every at-bat. This is something that you just have to start from the beginning, every at-bat, or if you're a pitcher, every time you throw the ball. Okay, guys, good talking with you. We'll catch you on the rebound. Over now.